Here with the Mike Martins channel. Thanks for joining, liking, subscribing, being part of the channel, and whatever we all that. And yeah, today's title is I don't know if it's controversial. I don't know if it's just telling, we just want to we want to not only expose but discuss what is going on in pretty much English speaking countries around the world. And it's kind of interesting that we live in a time where uh, the floor is the ceiling and the ceiling is the floor, where this down here is the ceiling and up there is the floor, and that's what we're arguing, and that's what's going on right now. So the Saxon of Riverstone in the house. It's going good, bud. How you doing? So something, they've worked hard to divide us with the whole global warming thing. Remember global warming back in the early 2000s? Florida's going to be underwater by, what was it, 2007? Remember that, guys? And Al Gore, the climatologist of climatologists, was telling people how the world was going to be underwater and things are going to get a lot worse and global warming is going to be disastrous. And fair enough. What was it for? I believe it was just to divide the people. Obviously, there's no global warming. Obviously, now it's climate change or whatever they want to call it. Whatever. Call it whatever they want to call it. It's all bullshit. It's all political science. Call it whatever you want to call it. Yeah, whatever happened to the hole in the ozone layer, that was back in the early 80s. That was the Ozone Layer Protection Act. I'm very happy that a lot of bigger channels have gone over all the little tidbits back to the Methane Protection Act back at the turn of the century. There in the 1880s, when we went over all those, and there's bigger channels taking those key points, looking the stuff up, researching what I said, and said, holy shit, this guy's right. Like, who the hell is this guy? Make a video, get 3 million views, and become a hero, right? And that's good. At least I'm quarterbacking some of this stuff here. But what's happening is, do you remember how we were so separated during the whole climate change? Do you remember that, guys? Do you remember how your mechanic, your barber, everyone you spoke to was a climate expert? Do you remember that? Do you remember? And when people were saying, yeah, climate this and climate that, and all this stuff, and the world's, if Antarctica sank or whatever, all these different theories that people came, what was that for? What was the whole point of that? To separate us. Because you'd go home, you'd hear a different point of view, you'd look at the logic and the science behind it and say, none of this makes sense. And then the separation continues, right? Okay, we got Gavin and Mike. We need to keep calling out the ICBC these days. I'm a tradesman. That's a local insurance here, right? Local BC socialized insurance, right? That's Canada has social. In the province that I live in Canada, we have socialized insurance, just like a socialized healthcare. You can't pick, okay? You can't pick, make a choice. We got East Coast. We got Nick Mykowski in the house in the East Coast. I had a friend with that last name from Colombia. Yeah. Okay, anyways. So, what was that for? It was to divide us at the home. This whole climate thing. I'm going within recent times that we could all relate to here. Because we could go back to the turn of the early turn of the 20th century and see separative or separation tactics that they've been doing to us to separate us through all kinds of means, right? Then you had, every couple of years they'd bring up, oh, the Civil War was to free slaves. Every couple of years they bring that up. That comes up. And it's like, no, there was a lot of economic factors that happened, and that was put in after, so they could kind of look good. And they had to get rid of Lincoln, not because he won the war for the North, was because he created his own greenback currency, right? And England posted 2 days after word was received that Abraham Lincoln was assassinated in England. I think it was 2 or 3 days till the news spread there. Everybody found out. They wrote a piece. They wrote a piece in the news stating how good it was that he died because he was creating his own currency without the Bank of England putting interest on it. So, you see what I'm saying? So, anyways, segregation. So they segregated us through climate change or whatever the hell it is. Today, people are still at the household level and families separated from climate change or climate discussion. What happened after climate change? What happened? What came in? Donald Trump. Okay, you got Donald Trump. Entire households divided, families not speaking to one another, people segregating at the household level. Why? Because of Donald Trump. But hold on a second. Shouldn't people respect who they want to vote for, or respect the democracy? Respect, this is why no one tells each other who they voted for, right? Because if everybody told everybody who they voted for, guess what? The people today in power will not be sitting in power because none of them would have voted for them. Yeah, the only way for us to break it is by networking with each other. We got D. Trent in the house, Trump 2024, at least 1/4 right, says Whitney Lee, and then we have, yes, they should. So there it is, the segregation with Donald Trump, and that's why I made that video there a few days ago that Canada is in massive need of a distraction now, as the narrative falls apart. And people are waking up to the fact that they've been taken, that they've been had, but they were told so. They were told so. Heck, this guy right here told them so. Secret societies, secret agendas. Basically telling you not to trust your own government. Yeah, Xi Jinping giving Trudeau hell. Again, and I've been telling you guys for 10 years, Canada is an autonomous region of China. And if you don't get that by now, then I don't know what to tell you anymore. Anyways, so the segregation. Then we were segregated through Donald Trump. Yeah. Because everyone was pissed off, especially here in Canada. Everyone, Trump stole the election from Hillary. That's the only way he would win. Nobody voted for him. So this whole thing of voter fraud, on the Canadian perspective, it's that the Republicans are the ones that are cheating left, right, and center. And that's the problem. Like we have here. We have this huge divide that if everybody could unilaterally see the Borealis at the same time, when it comes into view, they can start to realize, how long is it going to take for people to realize they've been had? Another row of juices? More juice coming out? Is another round of juices? Injections or whatever the hell you want to call them? Because we can't talk about this on here because we're segregated from talking about things that matter and what's happening to our family. Yep, who holds the debt pulls the strings. All right, guys, quick channel plug. We're going to get back into heavy discussion. Guys, Mike in the Night tonight. Don't forget to join us right here. 468, Mike in the Night. I don't know. I just put Germany Goes Dark there. But Mike in the Night, variety of topics. That's what the episode looks like. If you want to find it, you have to go under Odyssey channel and go to content now. It's no longer under the homepage. So you go under content and you'll find the upcoming live stream. And guys, if you want to support, well, guys, I'm actually getting subscribers for some weird reason. I've been on here for 10 years, and if you go back to what I was talking about, and watch this, guys. Go to videos. You can't go to oldest anymore. No more oldest videos, because you go back 10 years and see what I was talking about 10 years ago. You'd be, holy crap, who the hell is this stupid Mike Martins? Why is he talking about this stuff? Gone. You can't go to oldest videos anymore. Do you know why? Do you know why you can't go to oldest videos anymore? Because there's channels out here, out in cyberspace or out in the internet that have less than a year, maybe 2 years. But they're all post-dicting things. They're all post-dicting, and they're getting millions of views and this and that. So as a content, well, I'm not even a content creator. I'm just some guy that sells toys. Goes on, looks at his someone's YouTube channel, say, "Oh, wow, this guy's pretty on the ball with this whole housing thing and or interest rates or whatever. How long has this guy been talking about this?" I go to his oldest video. Oh, okay, this guy's been here 8 months, 9 months, or a year, 2 years. Why is he talking about it now? Where was he 5 years, 10 years ago when the poop was hitting the fan? So now you can't even go to oldest videos anymore. That's the problem. That's a big problem. So there it is right there. So we've been going years. Unfortunately, we can't go to our oldest videos anymore. You have to manually scroll down for about an hour and 45 minutes until you pass all 4,700 videos until you actually get back to in time, right? So what else, guys? I want to thank everyone that's been donating to me to keep the lights on for Mike of the Night. I'm going through a pretty tough time. I want to thank everybody for that. There it is right there. Keep the lights on for Mike of the Night. You could find the thing up here if you want. It's donor box. I want to thank everyone. I got 5 donations, and I want to thank everyone for that. And tonight, look, see, university offers two SLGBTQIAWNOP only workout times. So that is a major, major, major issue that they're doing this. And so there it is. This is a major problem. So we looked up the article on True North, and True North, Brock University launches segregated BIPOC study hall. Like, I don't understand. Niagara's Brock University has launched a new racially segregated study hall for students who identify as Black, Indigenous, or persons of color. I don't know why they would separate people here. And then we go over to racial segregation or segregation. Ended in America in I think it was 1964, right there. So that was in 1964 when they abolished it, but Canada, for some reason, is bringing it back. And where's the other one? Right here. University offers 2 SLGBTQIA plus only for workout times. So now this is the University of Windsor, right? So they are starting the segregation at school. Now, if you guys look at it or think about it or kind of take a perspective on it, there's always been segregation, no matter what, right? You have boys softball, girls volleyball. That's fine. But then there's the real segregation. Like when I was in high school in Toronto, I used to go to Archbishop Romero Catholic High School. Somebody's very Jordan saying, "Hi Mike, long-time watcher here. I want to say thank you for all your real estate predictions. I'm from Brampton, but finally leaving in 2023. I'm hoping to move far away from the city and own a house. Good for you." That's from Jordan Nelson. "Personally, I can't even listen to mainstream. That is why I listen to podcasters. Only place you may hear some truth. Are students that traumatized by color?" I don't know. See, I don't know what's going on. Because let me tell you, when I was in high school, I went to Archbishop Catholic Secondary School on Black Creek Road and Weston Road. Black Creek and Weston Road. And in that high school, when I started in grade 9, we went into our homeroom class. Put your hand up if you speak Portuguese. Okay, go to the back of the class. I don't want to deal with you. I didn't know you were Portuguese. "Oh, I'm from Brazil." You don't speak Portuguese in Brazil. You come to the front of the class, you speak Brazilian. That was my high school. The teachers had it out for the Portuguese kids all the time. And that was what it was. I'm in Canada, I'm in a foreign country, I have to abide by whatever it is, right? So that's old news. They deported tens of thousands of Portuguese that you can't find articles anymore about. In 2007, they went to malls, they shut it down. They shut down entire malls, Dufferin and DuPont. They shut down the whole mall. Anyone that was Portuguese that was caught inside the mall, if they couldn't prove they were allowed to be in Canada, they'd be deported on a bus. And then from the bus, to the plane and back to Portugal. And I found the article not long ago how the president of Portugal was asking the Prime Minister of Canada to please allow the Portuguese to go home and get a bag and some clothes because they arrived to Portugal with no bags, nothing. They just arrive and they have nothing. They can't get their wallets, they can't get their money, they can't go to their safe and get their savings or something. The Portuguese had it out for us. I mean, the Canadians had it out. So you're probably wondering, why would they allow Portuguese to come into Canada if Canada doesn't want Portuguese? Who's going to build the infrastructure? Who's going to build all these government buildings and RCMP offices? Who's going to build it? It's European expansion that built the West. It's European expansion that built the West. It was my father that worked on the Air Canada Centre. Oh, somebody was talking to me. Some smart ass with a degree. Oh, your dad was a cleaner at the Air Canada Centre? No. He joined the building through the rebarb and stuff. He was a torchman and a welder. Top notch. And first he worked on the Sky Dome, then he worked on the Air Canada Centre. Big projects. He wasn't there cleaning it. So who built the West? It was European expansion. All the roads and all this good stuff that you have here was because of the European expansion. And what did they bring over? The Ten Commandments. Based off those principles. It was based off Christian principles. Yeah, Italians were there too. No, Italians, my dad, yeah. Italians, Greeks. Okay? Greeks. The further east you go in Europe, there were becoming more and more like, if you go to Germany, it's like, I'm German, I'm the best. We lost the war, but we got the banks. And the banks built our country. Why do you think the Troika and all that stuff is in Germany and Germany calls the shots? Because they're the furthest in debt of any European country on the world, in all of Europe. Yeah, so Eastern Europeans were more of the Polish, like Ukrainians and stuff. They were more not in the labor sector like the Portuguese and the Italians and the Greeks, right? That's all. The Spanish from Spain, they weren't in that sector. It was predominantly the Portuguese, Italians, and Greeks that built what we see Canada. Like the other day, I made a live stream for you guys, and then the area I live in here in Merritt, and I was talking about how the area I live in, the streets, the buildings, everything, were built from people from the Netherlands. The people from the Netherlands came here and built this area, right? Built this area. Then an hour later, or 2 hours after I did my live stream, a lady comes in and tells me, no, it wasn't all Europeans that built Canada, Mike. Okay? I'm like, okay, so can you tell us of another group that actually built the infrastructure? Well, I just want to correct you on something, Mike. I just want to make a correction here for you, Mike. I'm like, what is that? Netherlands is not part of Europe. So Netherlands built Merritt, and they're not part of Europe. They're not European expansion. Okay, so Netherlands is not part of Europe. Because she said so, and because she works for the federal government, making 6 figures a year of my tax money. My hometown of Brampton had lots of Portuguese, but now in 2022, I can hardly find any of them. Crime is going up. Yeah, when my mom, my dad, and we decided to move to Brampton in 1998, I think it was 1999, we left Toronto. And our whole street was Portuguese, and it was built. The homes were built by the Portuguese laborers that built that whole subsection we were in, right? And the other street, and the other street, and the one after it, and the one after it, right? So that's the problem. So they're creating this segregation, okay? So Lower Scratcher saying, use playlist to put all your older videos in your channel. Yeah, I think I might have to do something like that. But the problem is I have like 5,000 videos. My mom's granddad changed his name to Canby. He was Italian to make it more pleasant. See, that's the problem right there. When people start changing their culture. That's why my kids, they're considered Portuguese, Filipino, whatever you want to call them, but they're Portuguese. I speak Portuguese to them every day. We watch Portuguese programming, sometimes from Portugal, but primarily from Brazil. Yeah, they speak Portuguese there too. No, they don't, Mike. They speak Brazilian. Because it's all politics in the end. That's what it is. It's all politics, languages, climate, medical, the stupid education system. It's all politics. Oh, I finally got in touch with somebody from Wikipedia. And I told them, guys, I volunteered for Census You Counted in 2014. No, it wasn't 2014. It was Census You Counted. I volunteer, I speak Spanish, Portuguese, and English. So we would call and find out what the language is, just try to fill holes and figure out what's going on with languages. I'm just a language guy. So I go to Wikipedia and say, hey, you know there's 108 million people that speak Portuguese in Africa, like properly, and it's like a first language, it's not a Creole, they actually speak Portuguese. Yeah, but you know, that's going to push Portuguese over Arabic, and we can't have too many European languages up top. We see, you know, it's Mandarin first, then it's Spanish, and then it's Chinese. I don't know, it's Mandarin first, then it's Spanish, then it's English, right? We can't have Portuguese up there. It just wouldn't make any sense. We got to put Arabic higher. Even though we know, and you know, there's less Arabic speakers than Portuguese people. It's all politics. What a bunch of shit. God forbid anyone knows the truth. God forbid. Because when you start looking into the truth and figuring out, why is there 108 million people that speak Portuguese in Africa fluently and perfectly? Why? And not French. So Chinese labor was used to build the railroad in Canada and later to maintain it. That's correct. Here, even out west here where I'm at. And that's the problem. And if people started to realize that the whole damn Civil War in America wasn't about freeing slaves, once people start to realize what the building, like how everything's been lied to us, and people start realizing that, we've been lied to our whole lives. Everything is politically driven. Everything. If it was up to them on Wikipedia, you'd go there, Portuguese language doesn't even exist. They don't speak Portuguese there in Portugal anymore, or Brazil, or Angola, or Mozambique. They don't speak Portuguese there anymore. They speak a form of Spanish now. It's all politically driven. It's all bullshit. Anyways, so the divide, the separation, the segregation, it's happening from the bullshit climate change to the bullshit medical to Donald Trump to everything. And that's why I made this video here. Why I made this video here on the channel the other day. Canada needs a massive distraction because they're running out of distractions. They need Donald Trump to come back in so the mainstream media could make money again and people could tune back in so they could bully and bash him 24/7. And that's what they need to do. Canada needs a massive distraction now. A world war or something, because Canada's falling apart fast. And they're having a tough time keeping it together. And, where is it here? I want to show you guys something here. Wow, I got some people watching here today. That's nice. It's kind of embarrassing. I got like 5,000 videos, and finally, for some reason, people are finding me. Want to hear a lie? How do you land a plane on a ball that's spinning 1,000 miles per hour? That someone says, does your wife teach his son to speak the Philippine language? Yeah, sometimes she speaks to them, like teaches them. Yeah. I told her like just talk, 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 talk. Just the Canadian-ish border clash was 34 minutes into Yellowstone. My mistake. Okay, don't tell me. I'm gonna watch Yellowstone. You don't tell me nothing. I want to watch it myself from the start. I'm just wrapping up The Sopranos. My wife's never watched that. It's great to be with somebody that doesn't know this stuff and watch it all in you. It's like I feel like a little kid watching Star Wars all over again. Anyways, so there is the segregation there that was going on in Canada, but I want to show you guys here too. What was it I wanted to show you guys? It was something else I wanted to throw up here for you guys. Let the oligarchs... Yeah, here, under community. So I'm going to ask you guys a question here. Look at this. Want to see segregation? Want to see segregation? World Cup, Nike bans Jesus African gods from personalized Brazil jersey. Mohammed is still available. So there it is right there. That's Brazil. Okay, watch this. Nobody freak out. This is Portugal. Oh my God, there's so much similarities there. Oh my goodness. We can't let people know that they speak Portuguese in Brazil because that's a problem. And there's the Portuguese thing. So they're coming after, and this is why this World Cup, I think I'm going to be sitting this out. Let's go to more segregation. Well, obviously France is segregating the Russians, and we know what happened because we told you they're going to flip the script come winter. Go back to videos we did in March, how they were talking big, and now they're flipping the script. Right here. What do each and every one of these pieces of crap have in common? What does this piece of crap? What is this piece of crap? What is this piece of crap? And this piece of crap right here. What do all four of these pieces of crap have in common? I'm going to give you guys a second to process that so we could discuss that. They're all liberals? Nah. It's even worse than that. All part of the World Economic Forum? No, it's actually even bigger than that. WEF? No, bigger. Exactly. Only facts. They're all unelected. All these pieces of garbage here are selected. Right here. Remember this piece of crap, Macron? Do you remember the protests in 2017, 2018, and 2019 in France because of austerity measures? Because of this piece of shit? Do you remember this guy right here? Do you remember this guy? When they were protesting hard to get this piece of shit out? Do you remember? Well, guess what? He got reelected 5 months ago. Canada to call a snap election. I called the snap election 1 year before the election, the snap election, and people were calling me a retard that they weren't going to call a snap election during the pandemic, and they did, and the Liberals won. And they have 404,000. Let me find that article in a second. 407 or 404,000 uncounted mail-in ballots. None of the two. This piece of shit. I'm willing to bet 10 years of my life that not even 8 million people voted for this shit. This other shit here was selected. So everything you see here was selected. Bill Petros is saying, hey, Mike, don't forget a lot of Greeks opened. Oh, yeah, I know that. Mom and pops, restaurants, hamburger joints. Yeah. Working 14 hours a day back in the 70s and 80s. 100%. The Greeks, the Italians, were more in the labor sector, like the Portuguese, but they were more into the mom and pop small business bringing their food across. Yeah, there was a lot. Greeks were attacked too, apparently. So if you have a thing. Manitoba had 200,000 uncounted ballots. Okay, so here we go. Ontario, I think it's 407. Okay, uncounted. I think it's right after the snap election they found this. Oh, even better. Here it goes. Toronto Sun. Elections Canada. 205,000 mail-in ballots were not counted. Sorry, guys. I thought it was 4, but there's 205,000 there. So there it is. It's beyond. It's beyond. It's getting beyond this now. It's getting to a point where Where yeah. So and then guess how you get classified as a segregation, a racist? When you want to question the status quo, or when you want to question the narrative. Yes. Yeah. When they want to question the narrative, you are a racist, and they segregate you. Yeah. I think they should start telling people who they voted for and make it very public. You know why? Because it will prove all those pieces of garbage over there that were selected were all selected. All right, guys, let me read some of your comments here before I have a heart attack. My YouTube is cutting older videos to free up server space, and they don't want to sort by timestamp. Yeah, that's a big problem. And the problem, let me explain to you. They're basically, luckily I have everything backed up on Odyssey, so I'm not worried. And I backed up. Somebody's been backing up my videos too on a private server too. Someone in Sweden, actually, is backing up all my videos on a private server. Everything. Amazing to me how I get my bank account hacked after I question things and encourage my viewers to get hard assets. Listen to me, peasants. I'm the herd select script leader. That is nice of them to do that. Yeah, it is nice. I've been kicked off of Rumble, guys. I have some episodes of Mike in the Night that were taken down off of Rumble. Right? I think what it is because we do so much predicting on our show. I think this could be it. We do so much predicting, or we do discuss so far in advance, so many things, so far in advance, that that other channels look at that and say, we can't have this up there, or we can't, or you know what I'm saying? So, no, Rumble's not free speech. No. I'll show you guys to see if I get my videos are physically taken down and saying that there's something wrong with them, or they don't meet their criteria, or it doesn't follow their guidelines and stuff. No, Rumble's not free speech. Odyssey so far has been allowing us. We are shadow banned on Odyssey. We were told, look, you're going to be shadow banned. You have to bring people over on your own, right? So when I get 100 people watching me on Odyssey, it's because we brought them over, right? So let me show you guys here. What was it here? Woo! Okay, where was it? So there was a Mike in the Night episode that was taken down. Okay, I'm getting it for you guys. So if you go here, it was this one here. It's not this Mike in the Night. That one's up and running on Rumble. The last one, 467's working. It was this one they had a problem with. 465. COVID amnesty, fake Brazil elections. I think it was because of the fake Brazil elections. May have been a problem. So that was that one right there. You can catch it on Odyssey, 465. Where else? I don't know. There's a couple other Mike of the Nights that they just keep taking down. I think it was it? No, it wasn't this one. That one's up. I think it was. Yeah, I think it was 464 is not up either. Yeah. So, anyways, guys, you got to go over to Odyssey if you want to be on the old-fashioned type YouTube. Go to content. You'll see our live streams right here. And let's see if we go to content, if we go to videos. Let's see if we go to... If we could change it to oldest. That's trending here. Top. Let's see if we go to sort by... Okay, oldest first. Let's see what we have here that's no longer on BoobTube. So when I transitioned the channel over, a lot of my videos were already taken down. Unfortunately, YouTube's been on a massive purge. So I'm just trying to think here. There's just some documentaries I made. Food prediction. from 2015, 7 years ago. I don't know. I don't know what's left, but it's still showing up here. You just have to kind of really look through it and see. Yeah, a lot of my, see, look, price of oil drop, but food prices go up. So I'm just trying to, at least it's somewhere. And new Amero dollar, right? So still up there, some stuff. Mike of the night, guys. Don't forget to join us. And if you want to donate, go to Donor Box. Go to donate. Keep the lights on Mike of the night if you want, and donate to us. If you want to donate to the transmission. And there it is. University offers 2 SLGBTQIA plus only workout times. Racial segregation was abolished in the United States in 1964. And campus segregated launches Bill Study Hall. So there it is. Campus Watch University offers 2 SLGBTQIA plus only workout times. And yeah, guys, that's what's going on. I just wish there was really more to it. Like, I wish there was none of it's open for discussion. You can't argue it. You can't. So the only way we could do is by boycotting and stop sending our kids to this crap, right? I want to send, if I could one day, I want to send my kids to technical school and stay out of the academics and send them to technical school, nursing school down in Alabama or maybe down in Central Florida. I don't want my kids studying here. I want them to be in a heavily Republican atmosphere, you know what I'm saying? So Silver Lion saying, I said I like Trump and my boss fired me in 2019. Yeah, of course he did. Because your boss played into the segregation. But segregating through politics? Yeah. Everything's segregation. It's all politically driven. It's all bullshit. In the end, like I said, and I've said it many times on this channel, and I think a big channel picked this up, and I've been saying this to you guys, life is but a series of distractions, and then you die. So another channel picked it up recently, and everyone's like, yeah, look what he said. I'm like, I said it, and I stole that from The Sopranos. When Tony went to go see his head shrink, because I'm rewatching The Sopranos with my wife. When Tony went to see his head shrink, and he tells his head shrink that basically life is but a massive, life is a bunch of distractions, and then you die. Life is but a series of distractions. So, look at Angry Prepper. He got fired for being a pureblood. Yeah, government trying to screw my cryptocurrency since it collapsed. FTX exchange. This FTX exchange is a blessing in disguise for the puppet governments, for the garbage out there that's supposedly thinking they're running us. The garbage. Why is this a big deal for the garbage? Why? Well, it's a big deal for them because it's a win-win situation. One, that FTX or whatever the hell that thing is laundered the money they needed for the Democrats and all that, and using it as a money laundering funnel. Two, they can make cryptocurrency now look bad on a global scale. You see where I'm going with this? They're going to make cryptocurrency look terrible on a global scale, and they got to launder their money in the first place. So it's a win-win double-head situation. I said that on Mike of the Night last week. Right? So this is what's coming down. This is how it's coming down. And this is the segregation. We are segregated in our minds. That's what they are. They're segregating us in our own minds. And that's what's been happening here. I think I even made a video about that. I think I even made a segregation in our own minds. I think that's something I even talked about here on the channel. So let's see here. Segregation. Okay. Oh, it's gone. The video's gone. It was a mic of the night. It was segregation in our own minds, and it's gone. Oh well. All right, nothing changes as long as you are inside the cult, believing the cult rhetoric, because you can't destroy it from within. Everyone surrounding you is a cultist, so nothing you say gets through. Yeah, and then that's why a lot of these public sector, like there was a lady that, again, that's in the government that works for the public sector. She was in my store a few days ago, and I told you guys. I was watching the midterm elections here on Fox, on my television here, and she told me that, oh, I really hope the Democrats win, because, but I'm like, I mean, they're going to have to cheat to win this. They're like, well, cheating is good if it's for a good cause. That's a government worker that makes six figures in Canada. Right? So they segregated between who was jabbed and who wasn't. Entire families were segregated. Elmo was causing segregation between kids. Everybody, everything is to separate us. Did Canada government investigate the FTX exchange? I don't think they will, because I think a lot of the Canadian government was involved in laundering money through it too. The Liberal government was involved in huge money laundering. Canada loves laundered money. They love it. I mean, provided it's not from Europe or anywhere else. If it's from China, bring it in. We love it. It's all possible that segregation is a natural human state. Everything appears to devolve to that, and then that's king of the dots, and then FTX is the new Bernie Madoff. That's correct. Hello all. Hunter Moon in the house. Then we got Sis C saying, I may be wrong about her not canceling Disney. I tried to find the tweet. Okay, there's something going on there in the comments. All of my documents on Google Docs was also completely wiped out too. Nothing in trash. Yeah, well, they're gonna have to do that. They're gonna have to. This is the war that we've been fighting all these years. The war against money laundering. The war against, this is something we've been saying on the channel for years. We're arguing the floor over the ceiling, and that's a major issue. And that's been the problem. Once you stop arguing which is the floor and which is the ceiling, then we got some headway here. Then we'll make some headway. Then we'll move ahead triumphantly. But anyways, guys, you can tell I'm in a pretty bitter mood this morning. Grindhouse Cartoons saying Mike's on a roll. That's artbydano.com, artbydano.net. Not your typical art. Don't forget to check them out on the Huntington Beach Pier and commission Dano to make your next work of art. Support Dano. He's one of us. They want all the money and all the power, says Silverline. Yeah, but then what's the point? Who's going to take out the garbage? They don't get that. There's infrastructure. You get rid of the Europeans, you don't get it. Nothing gets built. Infrastructure. Who's going to take out the garbage if they want all the money and the power? Huh? Who's going to fix the sidewalks? So that's that. Yeah. If they start culling the population and bringing down the population, they start bringing the population down. You have lots of empty buildings everywhere, which we already do from foreign investing. But you're going to have a lot more empty buildings, abandoned buildings everywhere. So, yep, indeed, the hardest job on earth is garbage man. I'll be happy to leave Canada. I can live in both Italy and Greece. Then go! I would. My situation is a little bit precarious. I talked about it on 2 live streams ago, where it's, well, play it out. But then if you see where I live, in the mountains, in a small town, in a cul-de-sac, this is the place you're going to want to be when you're 500 yards away from hunting, right? Yep, Yeah, they wouldn't survive in the private sector, says Grindhouse Cartoons. If you get see Nancy Pelosi, what should she do? Because she knows everything. Open a business and make it work. Come and open a store like mine and see if you can make it work for 3 months. Open it because you know everything. These people know everything. But they can't in the private sector open their own. But I get people from the private sector come in here that make 6 figures. That come and tell me how it is and how I should be running my business and what I should be doing. They tell me to get rid of that statue of Our Lady of Fatima. It's not too good to have that, or project Catholic or religious thing. There it is right there. So got my cross on. Yeah, so that's yeah. So people are like, well, but Mike, what's the deal with Donald Trump? You know, it's like you don't take sides on these people. I took sides. I thought Donald Trump was the best thing to throw in there. When the videos I made are gone, they're all gone. Where it's saying Trump is going to win. I'm telling you, he's going to win. America needs a change. Then I came out and made a small private video, three minutes long. If you want Trump to win, there needs to be a runoff. There needs to be a landslide for him to win. And I made a video on this and that. A day later, Alex Jones made the same video. He's talking like this, just like me, saying like this, that. But for some reason, after that Operation Warp Speed, it kind of changed my channel. I changed the channel. Like, for me, Ron Paul, or even DeSantis would be good. There's a lot of good people out there to pass the baton to, because I don't know what's happening anymore. It's beyond that. And I like to cling to hope. I like to believe that there's some sort of a light out there, or some sort of an answer. Because that's what we look for as humans, right? Yeah, I think his hand was forced. Kind of forced. I don't think, where was it? Given the details, he wasn't given the full details, unfortunately. Hunting bears taste terrible. Moose sandwich, fish burger. Yes, there's moose and, not really moose, deer. Lots of deer in the area here. Fish, yeah, lots of fish. It's crazy that Canadians have to worry and back and take the sides with American president and elected officials, but Americans don't give any thought to Canadian politics. Yeah, perch is delicious. The Creator God is unraveling the devil's plans. It means plain as day right in front of us. You're close to missing the... What? You're close to missing 411 hotspot, though. Not sure what that means. But anyways. Alright, guys. It looks like the live stream's winding down. Everyone's jumping off. And, yeah, appreciate everybody coming down today and just talking. It's Saturday. Mike in the night tonight. I'm pumped up. I'm going to have a few more coffees today. I'll be good for tonight. My kids had me up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Just putting the TV full blast and stuff. And that's the beauty of having kids and trying to tame them and keep them under control a bit, you know. It's tough, you know, but I try my best, you know. I'm having a terrible Christmas. Like this year, I know Christmas season doesn't start until next week. But I'm just having just terrible here at the store. There's... The roads have been bad, so I haven't been having people coming from out of town too much anymore because of the bad weather. So, all right. So people are saying, like the video, guys. How can you lose if you follow God? That's right. You don't lose anything. You're always in the light of God, in His presence. Anyways, guys. Think positive, Mr. Mike. Try not to stress out. I know it's hard at times, of course. That's why I got you guys. And make sure you get over to Odyssey. So if you want to continue watching me after they take this channel down, you guys could still follow me on there. And I have a Facebook page with 114,000 followers. It used to be 140. But no one gets anything on there. I went live on Facebook a few times and I went on Facebook Live a few times, and I couldn't get 2 people on there watching me, which is kind of sad. Anyways, thanks guys for supporting, and thanks for donating to the transmission and keeping the lights on Mike in the Night. And I'll see you guys on the flip side, okay? Yeah, I'll see you guys today on Odyssey, okay? Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.